I'm always having, oh, what's going on? I see all you guys come in. What's up? What's up? Ah, man. So we're gonna do something. We're gonna keep it simple tonight. Ooh, this light is terrible. I'm gonna have to switch, either change it or turn it off. I have some good news for y'all. I'll tell you in a little bit. Let's see. Nope, it's still not good for YouTube. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna turn this off. It's fine. Let me send this out. Ooh, I think it's this light that's terrible. That's interesting. The light that was supposed to be good is terrible. Let me send this out, telling everyone that I'm live. Give me 1 second, guys. Text. Hey, 1 second. Campaign. New. We are live on YouTube and TikTok to help with math. Ooh. All right. Yeah, some of you guys probably gonna get this text as we speak. All right, cool. Michelle Batanko, you are hilarious. Hello, how you doing? Let's see. Carla Garcia, 22. What's good? All right. Okay, I think you guys are all in. I'm sweating like a pig. All right, cool. Let's see. Man, hopefully tonight I can find some market that works. This light is killing me though. I think I did it without it last time. Oh no, that's terrible. We can't do that. Let's see what this looks like. Nope, that's not good at all. All right, we gotta have them. Okay, I have some good news for you guys. Hey, I just purchased some softbox. So these are some lights that's diffuse, and they will make the ones that I bought specifically all come with LED lights. So next time the lighting on here will be good. It will be good. The next video that we do, the next live session that we do next Tuesday, the lighting should be really good. And I'm really excited about that. So, hey, thank you, user 202-222-2777. Thank you for the PEMDA. So the next live we do next Tuesday, no problem, man. No problem. Yeah, I can do calculus, homogeneous, something. Is it chungus, fungus? Yeah, I can do calculus. So, and that will help a lot in terms of lighting, and then you'll see the big difference when you come here next time. All right, so let's get back to what we're doing for tonight, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some questions. Any questions that you guys have, as usual, and that will do it. So let's do some equations. I know last time somebody requested that we talk about this, and I wanted to talk about it today, and so you guys are able to, so I can help you guys with it. So for some of you, this might look easy. You can answer the questions, no worries. That's no big deal. But for some others, it might not look as easy. So, all right. So how do I start this off? So we're going to talk about equations and inequality, and you've probably seen some of these before. They give you some set of numbers and a variable and some operation on those variables and numbers. Myers, Manish, VH, Myers, what's going on, y'all? Easy learning, what's up? 3 plus 5. I'll think about that, Myers, and I'll let you guys know. If anyone know the answer to this, 3 plus 5, let me know. All right, so equation. So when we're starting, they're gonna give you a bunch of numbers and letters, and numbers and variables. So what the goal is normally to solve for the variable, and that's the whole point of the equation. You look for you find the value of the variables based on what they give you. Slide is really terrible. Based on what they give you. So let's start with something simple. Let's say we have x plus 1 is equal to 3. So very simple stuff. So there are two ways that you can do that. When you first start doing equation, you can say, so the goal before you solve for the variable, the goal is to isolate it, to make it by itself. So you can have it on one side of the equality, and then on the other side of the equality, you're going to have the numbers or the other things that you're trying to solve, that you're not trying to solve for. So the variable that you're trying to solve for, you put it on one side, and anything else, you put it on the other side. So that's the whole point. So the first thing that you do normally is, if you have this, you're going to do the operation that's inverse of this. So this one has +1. To take that away, -1. And this might look simple for you guys. I know you've seen this before. We're going to go fast on this, and unless somebody has a question. So +1 -1, that's gone. And then x is going to stay by itself. And then you have the 3 minus 1 is 2. Easy stuff, right? And then from there, they're going to add, they're going to make it more complicated. So you can have an equation that has, let's say you still have the x plus 1, but you have a 3 plus minus another x. So what you would do in this case, the same thing, you add x to both sides, and then that would give you 2x here. And then here, the x's would be gone, 2x plus 1, and a 3 would be here. You have 2x plus 1 as equal to 3. Just subtract 1 from both sides. And if I'm going too fast for you guys, let me know, because I know this is easy stuff that you probably have done in like grade school. So 2x is equal to 2, x is equal to 1. And if you want to verify if that's true, plug the 1 right here. A 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. 3 plus 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So the other way that you can do this is, instead of doing all the step, you can, I'll show you guys it. It might be faster for some of you if you know what you're doing. But that's what I like to do myself. What I like to do, I said, let me move this down for a little bit for the guys on YouTube. Actually, I'm going to turn this light off because it's really bothering y'all. And I don't think it's adding any specific value to the video. Let's see. This is Cricket. All right, cool. So the way that I like to do this, so let's say I have 3x. So what was it? X plus 1 and 3 minus x. So the way that I normally like to do this is, let me put something else here, like maybe like a different number, like a 5, so you can know where I'm coming from. And then this could be itself, could be maybe plus x here, 2x here. So I'll show you what I'm coming from, what I'm doing. So here, let's say you have 2x plus 5 is equal to 3 plus x. So what I like to do and say is, I'm going to move everything that has x on this side and everything that doesn't have x on that side. So instead of doing the operation plus minus 5 here and then minus x and then do all this whole thing, so what I can do is saying that what I have is 2x. I want x to be on the left side. This x was positive here. It moves to this side, it becomes minus x. This 5 was positive here. It moves to that side, becomes minus 5. 3 minus 5. And for me, that's a way easy way to faster way to think about it. And then you have negative 2. Let me know if you've seen it before like this. Let me know. Let me know if you've seen it before like this. Let's see. I mean, if you've seen anyone doing it like that. So instead of adding, subtracting 5 on both sides, they just bring the x that was here, put it here, change the sign. The 5 that was here, put it on the other side and change the sign. So let me see if we solve an equation, blanks. Let me see if you guys have seen it like this before. TikTok, have you seen anyone do it like this? Solve equation the way that I just did it? My battery is gone. Little Likada, thank you. All right. So let me know, guys, if you've seen someone solve equation the way that I just did it, and if that's a faster way for you to do it. All right, let me try to continue. If I don't charge this phone, there won't be any more videos. 1 second. Sorry, you guys on YouTube. Y'all seeing my shirt. All right, cool. That's fine. So I think it's charging now. Yes, no, maybe. Hello. Yeah, it's charging. Okay. I will definitely try this. Somebody say no. Okay, so yeah. It's definitely faster, I'll tell you that. Let me try to do something using, other numbers. So let me try to do it using other numbers. So let's say you have 5x minus 9 minus x plus 18. Okay. So what we're gonna do here in this case is, move everything that has x on one side and move everything that doesn't have x on that side. So what is this? So this is 5x minus 9. So we want to put all the x's on this side. So this one was minus, so we put the 5x. This one was minus x. Here is going to come to this side. Every time you jump over this equality, it could be an equality too. Every time you jump over this, you switch the sign. So it could be, minus x was here. This is going to be plus x, 5x plus x. So here, the 18 was here. It's still to stay the same, but the 9, I have to move it that way. It was minus 9. It's going to be plus 9. And that's the whole thing that you do. So what you have here is 6x as equal to 18 plus 9 is 27. And then what's 6 divided by 20? What's 27 divided by 6? X is equal to 27 divided by 6. And then instead of saying the other way that you can do this, divide both sides by 6, you can do it that way too. But you can also say you move that 6 underneath here. It's the same thing. But you divide both sides by 6 if that's more convenient for you. 27 divided by 6, that's what? 3 times 9? 9 over 2, is that right? Which is 4.5. Right? I don't have my calculator with me. 27 is 3 times 9. Right? 6 is 3 times 2. These 3 cancels out. 9 over 2, which is 4.5. So let's verify. 5 times 9 over 2 minus 9 is equal to minus 9 over 2 plus 18. Is that true? So you guys verify this. Let me know if that's true. Yeah. So that's it. You got 56. Wow. Interesting. I think I got 9 over 2. Let me see if I can find my calculator. Give me 1 second. Yeah, if you got 56, I don't know how you got 56, but I got 9 over 2. These numbers seem very small for you to get 56. So 5 times 4.5 minus 9. 5 times 4.5 minus 9. 13.3. 18 minus 4.5. 13. 18 minus 4.5, 13.3. All right, cool. Yeah, that should be the answer. So anytime you want to do those, let me know if you understand this too. So let me know if you understand this. And then, we can move on to inequality. I may not do it that way to confuse you, but let me know if you understand, if you're going to try this, if you think that's faster than what you've been using. Hey, do you remember me from the last live? Phoenix Banks 1, what's going on? What's up? Hey, what's going on? Nice to see you again, Phoenix. Yeah, doing the advanced math. What is it? Chicken _ little 64. What is it? Let me know what it is. This is not advanced math. This is not considered advanced math. This is just algebra. I guess advanced is relative. What depending on what class you're taking, you might think this is advanced. You finish your math final today. Yana does. How did it go? That's the question. All right, finding limits. Okay, I can explain some of that. So okay. All right. Remind me to explain finding limits. All right, let's move on to inequality, and then we're going to explain how to find limits. Okay, inequality. So just like equality, when you're solving equations, so when you're solving in inequality, the thing you have to remember is, where's, what sign. It's all about the equality or inequality signs. That's the only difference with this, which, if you say 2x minus 1 is equal to 5, it's the only difference between that and 2x minus 1 is less than 5 is inequality sign. So basically, you're going to solve it the same way. So what we're going to do here is, 2x minus 1 is less than 5. So we can do it the way that you guys normally do it. You add 1 to both sides. So you have 2x is less than 5 plus 1, which is 6. So x is less than 3. 6 over, you divide both sides by 2. Let me not skip step, just in case you don't remember. X is less than 3. So strictly less than 3. How do we put that on the line? We got the number line right here. Negative infinity, 0, somewhere here. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we said x is less than 3. Anything that's less than 3 going to satisfy this equation. For example, 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Negative 1 is less than 5. That means that satisfies this equation. So anything less than 3. Now, what do we put here? An open or a closed circle? And this thing. So is it an open circle or a closed circle? Which one is it? You guys let me know. So it's going to go all the way up to 3. And at 3, do we put an open circle or a closed circle when you're solving this? Open circle or closed circle? YouTube? Let's see. Man, I see a bunch of messages. Yeah, somebody said open with decimals. With decimals. I'm not sure what you say with decimals. Oh, you said you have a problem with decimals. Chicken Little, what is the problem? Let me know what it is so we can try to solve for it. We're gonna try to help you solve it. All right, cool. So yeah, someone said an open circle. Yeah, that is an open circle. So if you're solving this, you do an open circle. Because what it basically tells you, you take every value up to that 3. You can take 2.9999999, but it cannot take the value of 3. Because if you put 3 in here, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5. 5 is not less than 5. So that's not true. So that's the reason why you put an open circle here. So a closed circle means it's inclusive. So let's say I'm solving for this. If I'm solving for x minus 3 is less than 2x plus 9. So if I'm solving for this, less than or equal to 2x plus 9. So what we're going to do here, let's add 3 to both sides, just like you guys would do x at 3. So what we have, x, that 3 is gone, less than or equal to, this is 12, and then 2x plus 12, right? 2x, and you add the 9 and the 3 plus 12. We've done this before. So now what we're going to do is take away 2x from both sides, minus 2x, minus 2x, minus x is less than or equal to 2x. 2x is gone, 12. Okay, so that means what? So now, here's the deal. When you get to that final result, you solving for x, not for negative x. So what you want to do is multiply both sides of this inequality by -1. So what happened when you multiply both sides of inequality by -1? So let's say I multiply this guy by -1, and I also multiply this guy by -1. So what do we have? Is it x? What sign do we need to put in the middle? So x, -1 times x, that's going to become x. And then there's going to be a sign in the middle. And then the 12. What sign do we need to put here? Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. So what sign do we need to put in this box, in this circle right here? Let me see who got the answer. I know somebody will see it. Let's see. Ash on. What's going on? Chapon TA 22. Autumn. What's up? No, it's not about that. Chicken Little. If you have a question, you ask for it. When I'm done with this, I'll help you. Just like the person who asked about limit. When I'm done with it, I'll help with the limit. So, like you guys say, the sign that we need to put here is, so you're gonna flip the sign of the inequality. So here you're gonna have greater than or equal to 12. Now, -12. Now here's why. Let's say I have. Do you guys agree that 0 is less than 5, right? 0 is less than 5. Simple. 0 is less than 5. Now, if I multiply both sides of this by -1, what do I get? I multiply the 0 by -1, that's a 0. And I multiply this guy by -1, that's a -5. Now, which one of these is greater? 0 or is it 5? Is it -5? So which one of these, after I multiply by -1, which one of these is greater? Is it 0 or is it -5? I need more markers so I can tell you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So, none of these work, of course. So which one of these is greater? Is it 0 or is it -5? Your internet sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Banks, I'm sorry to hear about your internet. Hopefully you can fix it. Less than or equal to the right. Less than or equal to right. Okay, no. So, all right. So these are the two numbers we're comparing. So I started with this. I'm answering you. Let me see who asked the question. Uh, Joel. I'm answering you. So I started with 0 and 5. So I'm trying to explain to you guys why in here we had negative x is less than or equal to 12. When we multiply both sides by -1, I say to you that we gotta flip the sign of the inequality. Instead of having negative less than or equal to, now we're gonna have greater than or equal to -12. Now, I want to tell you kind of like an example of where this is coming from, and you can try this out for any two numbers that you want, and you'll get the same thing. So let's start with 0 and 5. You know that's true. 0 is less than 5. Or you could say 0 is less than or equal to 5, if you want it to look like this. Now let's try to multiply both sides by -1. I multiply this guy by -1, that means 0 times -1. That gives me a 0. And I multiply this guy by -1 too. 5 times -1, that gives me what? A -5. So what sign needs to go in the middle? Which one is greater? Is it 0 or is it 5? Do you have 0 greater than 5, than -5, or 0 less than -5? So which sign we need to put in the middle? We started with this sign. So do we still have 0 less than or equal to -5, or is it the other way around? So yeah, which one is greater? 0 is greater. Yes, that's right, Joel. 0 is greater. So you see, anytime that you multiply two numbers, when you have an inequality, anytime that you multiply two numbers, one of them is greater than the other, you multiply them by a negative number, or if you flip them upside down too, you multiply them by a negative number, this, multiply them by a negative number, what you're going to end up with is two numbers that have, so the one that was smaller is going to become, the one. So you're going to have to change the sign of the inequality. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You're going to have to change the sign of the inequality. And as you can see here with 0 and 5, when you multiply both by -1, you change the sign of the equality because you end up with 0, which is greater than -5. And you can try this out with any two numbers that you start with. You start with one that's smaller, one that's bigger, multiply them by -1, you'll see that you need to flip the sign to keep that statement true. So you need to flip the sign to have what we have here. So let me see if you guys have any questions. Thanks, Myers. All right, any questions? Let's see. What's up? Chase, Osprey 456. What's going on? Speed Math 0. Sasha Kanashiro. You said -5. I'm not sure if you said -5 is greater or smaller. All right. Chicken Little, you can still ask your question. Just letting you know. All right, cool. So, this is something different. So let's solve system of equations. And Drake, what's going on? What's up, man? All right, cool. Let's do something different. Cool. So let's try to solve systems of equations. So the way I think I've seen a lot of questions about this. So here's the idea. So you have two equations, and you also have two unknowns. You want to come up with, for the most part, you can have, two equations, three unknowns. So you want to come up with a way. So you want to come up with a way that Drake, if that was you calling me, of course I'm here. I won't be able to answer. I don't know if that was you calling from the company's phone. So you want to come up with a way that you can you want to come up with a way that you can actually solve for those two unknowns. So let's see. All right, cool. So let me show you guys. You've probably seen it before. So let's say you have an x plus 3y is equal to 2. And then let's say you also have a what else I can say? I'm trying to make this look nice. 2x minus y is equal to, see, 1, 2. That gives me what? Give me 1 second, guys. All right, cool. So I don't want to make up random numbers. 1. So x plus 3y is equal to 7. 2x minus y is equal to 0. All right, so I want to solve for those. So the easiest way to do this is, I think, is by addition. So the way you want to do this, yes, you call me while I'm doing this. Of course, I'm using my phone to do this, so you won't be able to have an answer. That's what I'm saying, Drake. I'm using my phone to be live. If you call the number while I'm doing this, you won't be able to have an answer. That's what I was trying to tell you. And you can hear the phone ringing too while I'm doing this. So I don't think it's cool. And you can call me another time. That's fine. But right now I'm doing the live video and I won't be able to answer. Does that make sense? And yeah, the number works. So yes, I'll answer you, but not when I'm doing this. Of course not. If that makes sense. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm still recording this, so it won't be easy for me to answer you while I'm doing this. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, okay, no problem, man. All right. So, so let's see how we're gonna solve for this. So the easiest way that we normally do this is, and this won't take a whole lot of time. So what you want to do is find a way to cancel one of these. We're familiar with equations, just like I was telling you guys earlier. Equations, we know how to solve for them. So the way you want to do it, what you want to do in here, we have 2 of those. We want to find a way to cancel one of them. So when you find a way to cancel one of them, you cancel, you find a way to cancel to eliminate one of them, and you're left with only one. So when you have only one, you have one unknown, one equation, and you'll be able to solve for it better. So what I can do here is let's say we want to cancel x, or we want to cancel y. Let's say we want to cancel y. So if we want to cancel y, we're going to multiply this guy by 3, and we're also going to multiply this guy by 3. Whatever you do to this here, you're going to do it to the whole equation. It's not only this side, but also this side too. Same thing here. Whatever you do to this, you're going to do it to the whole equation. Actually, we're going to multiply this side by 1. So the reason why I choose 1 here, I see here there's a 3y, but here there's also a y. So if I want to make this 3y, all I got to do is multiply by 1. If I also, because I'm going to eliminate y, if I also want to make this negative y, what I have to do is multiply by 3. The idea is, hey, I want to make one of those the opposite of the other, where so when I add them to it, it will cancel. So if this one is 3y, this one's going to be negative 3y. So this is what you do: is you multiply this by 1, the first one by 1. 1 times x is 1, plus 1 times 3y is 3y, and 1 times 7 is 7. And you multiply this guy by 3. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 3y, 3 times y, 3 times negative y is negative 3y, and 3 times 0 is 0. Let me see, does this make sense so far? Do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far? Yes, you finding the unknown, but also here there's also two unknown, two equations and two unknown. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Let me go in YouTube. Do you have any questions? Let's see. That's right, Joel. You finding the unknown. Let's see who's still here with me. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, G. Peterson, Ev. Thank you. All right, cool. Any questions? You guys understand this? All right. So what do we do? So we're gonna add these two equations. You add this one to this. 1 plus 6 is 7. X. Once x plus 6 is 7x. 3y minus 3y, that cancels out. And I made it work out nicely. That gives me 7. You divide both sides by 7. Of course, x is equal to 1. So now, there are multiple ways to do this. You can do basically the same thing again that you did with to cancel the y, but you can also make it easier. The way you make it easier is you can plug in this x inside of any of these two equations, and it'll be done. So I know x is equal to 1. That means 1 plus 3y is equal to 7. Let me write this here so I can get more space. 1 plus 3y is equal to 7. So subtract 1 from both sides. 3y, that one is gone. 3y is equal to 7 minus 1, which is 6. You divide both sides by 3. Y is equal to 6 divided by 3 is 2. Yeah, so y is equal to 2. Now you can check it for yourself. Let's replace x by 1 here. 2 times 1 is 2. And let's y, we'll replace it by 2. Minus 2 is equal to 0. And I made it work out this way. You check this one for yourself. 1 plus 3 times 2. 1 plus 6, which is 7, as we had here. And that's it. Any questions? 2. Yeah, that's why. That's right. Many CHVL. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. All right, cool. Any other questions? HVAs, HVAs, Maniac VAs. Okay, cool. Or is it HVA? It kind of makes sense, Joel. Thank you, no problem. I'm glad that you find it good. Let me see if you guys have any questions on TikTok. All right, we'll do another example. Hi, 39. Welcome back. I haven't seen you here in a bit. Thank you, no problem. Let's see. No problem, Ryan. All right, cool. All right, let's do another example for high 39. Let me see if you guys have any questions beforehand. No questions? All right, let's do another example. Hopefully you can understand. So let's try another example of system of equation. All right, so when we started explaining this, we said what we want to do, our goal is we're going to have a system of equation. It most likely two equation, two unknown. They can give you 3 and 3. They can give you, an odd, 3 equation, 2 unknown. They can give you that too. But when we have, let's say we have 2 equations, 2 unknown, the goal is what we're going to do is eliminate some of them and then get down to 1 equation, 1 unknown, or get down to 1 unknown. And then once you have that inside of 1 equation, you'll be able to solve for it, because when we started with this. I showed you guys how to solve for things, equation with 1 unknown. So what we're going to do in this, when we have a system of equation, is we're going to try to cancel some, eliminate some of the variables, some of the unknowns, so we can get down to 1. So let's start with another example. So let's say we have 3x minus 5y is equal to, let's say we have minus 4x plus y is equal to. So let me pick, so 2 is equal to 1. Okay, is equal to negative 7. Right? Okay, cool. So this is a system of equation. So now, what we're going to do is solve for x and y, because it's a system. That means there are 2 unknowns. So we're going to find a way to solve for both of them. So first thing that you want to do is eliminate one of them. The easiest way I know to do that is multiplying the top, the top equation and the bottom equation by something, to make sure that one of the variables is gone after you add them up, after you add the top one to the bottom one. Now here's something that's interesting about that. It doesn't really matter which one you start with. It doesn't really matter which one you're trying to eliminate first. Last time I think we eliminated y first. This time around, it might look a little bit easier here to eliminate y, but let's try to eliminate x first and see how that looks like. So if you don't, let's say you don't know what to multiply these by, an easy way to start is saying, okay, whatever is in front of here, I'll multiply the second. Okay, I'm eliminating the x. Remember, whatever is in front of the top x, I can multiply the second equation by it. Whatever is in front of the bottom x, I can multiply the first equation by it. Now, if you have big numbers, it's going to get big and big, but usually after you do them for a while, you'll know exactly what to multiply it by. The other thing that you have to consider is, because you want to eliminate them, make sure that one of them has become positive, one of them become negative. So I have 4 here. I'm going to multiply this guy by 4. I have 3 here. I'm going to multiply this guy by 3. Now, this one is a negative. This one is a positive. I don't have to multiply it by another one. Now, if I had a positive on both, I would choose one of them and multiply it by a negative, which would make the top equation would have an x, a negative 12x. This bottom one would have a positive 12x. Now, that's not what I had. I had a negative 4 already. So whatever was in front of the x and the top equation, I multiplied the second one by it. Whatever was in front of the x in the bottom equation, I multiply the top x by it. When I say whatever, is just I'm not talking about the sign, just the number in absolute value. So there was a 4 in front of this, I multiply this by 4. There was a 3 in front of this, I multiply this by 3. Now I check to see, I need one of them to be positive, one of them to be negative. This one's going to be positive, this one's going to be negative. So that means I'm good. So now When you multiply the whole thing by it. That's what you're doing. You don't multiply one of them by it. So you multiply everything by whatever you have. So 4 times 3x is 12x. I'm doing the first equation. 4 times 5y is minus 20y. 4 times 1 is 4. Now, you still have to multiply by the 1 on the other side because it's an equation. Whatever you multiply the left side by, you got to multiply the right side by. So here's how we started. We started knowing, hey, I have two equations and two unknown. The first thing I want to do is eliminate one of the unknown. I'm going to be left with one equation and one unknown, and because I know how to solve equations with one unknown, I'll be able to solve for that. Now, the first thing that I do is, okay, I choose which one I want to eliminate. So it doesn't really matter. I could choose X or Y. In this case, Y was easier, but I purposely choose X because I want to show you that, guys, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. So I start with eliminating X. So now what I did, I say, hey, whatever number was in front of this without an absolute value, without the sign, I multiply the top one by it. Whatever was in front of this one, I multiply the bottom equation by it. So you kind of have a swap. So what's going to happen is these two numbers are going to be the same in absolute value. So what you want to do is, okay, I want to make sure that one of them is positive, one of them is negative. So I'm going to have a positive 12 here, a negative 12 here. That means when I add them up, the X is going to be going high, 39. Let me know if that makes sense. I know you asked me to do another one. So 3 times 4x is 12x. 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 5. Everyone's trying to call me while I'm doing this. Makes no sense at all. All right, cool. So 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times negative 5y is negative 20y. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times negative 4x is negative 12x. And that's where this is coming. This is coming from. 3 times y is 3y plus 3y. And then 3 times 7, negative 7 is negative 21. Now, what we're going to do now, add these two equations. That was the whole purpose of multiplying this by 4, multiplying this by 3. So whenever we add them up, we're gonna end up with one equation, one unknown. So 12x, negative 12x, that is gone. And you won't see it again anytime soon. So that's gone. 20y minus 20y plus 3y. That gives you negative 17y. And then 4 minus 21y. That gives you negative 17. 4 minus 21, that gives you negative 17. You divide both sides by negative 17, you're left with y is equal to 1. Now, here's what I did earlier. So I could start and do the same thing over and eliminate y this time and get a value for x. You could do that because, it's math. You can. So if I wanted to, I could say, okay, let me do this again a second time. I'll show you guys the hard way, and then I'll show you the easier way to do it. So the hard way in this case, so I can say, okay, now the first time I did that, I eliminated x. Now I want to eliminate y. To do that, I multiply the top equation by whatever is in front of this y, because I'm eliminating y, 1. So 1, an absolute value. And I multiply the bottom equation by whatever in front of the top one by 5. So now I want to make sure that one of them is positive, one of them is negative. This one is going to be negative. This one is going to be positive. If it wasn't, I'll just have to put a negative in either one of them. You would get one of them would be gone eventually. So now I'm eliminating y. So what's going to left is x, and then I'm going to have x, and I'll be able to solve for that. 1. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Hold up. Let me see if you got any questions. Questions. Question. Let's see. Let's see. Any questions, guys? Thank you, Caitlin. 029. I'm glad my videos help you. What are we learning? Dominic Dominic Chan. We're learning how to solve systems of equations. Let's see. All right, do you guys understand so far? Hi, 39. I don't see you. Natty Jade, what's up? Sammy trying to go to the bathroom. Yes, okay, you understand? That's what's up. Okay, nice. All right, so here's the hard way. So we're gonna eliminate X. We're gonna eliminate, we eliminated, which one are we eliminating? We're eliminating Y right now. So I multiply the top equation, whatever was in front of this Y, and multiply the bottom equation by whatever was in front of the top Y. So the Y can be gone. Now, make sure that there is one of them is positive, one of them is negative. That's the only thing. This one is going to be negative. This one is going to be positive. That's all. So now 1 times 3, 3x is 3x. 1 times negative 5y is minus 5y. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so that's the top equation. The bottom equation becomes 1 times negative 4x is negative 20x. 5 times negative 4x is negative 20x. 5 times 1y is 5y. And this is what I'm referring to. Negative 5y, 5y. You know this is going to be going somewhere. And then 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Now, here's the caveat to what I'm doing here. There are whenever you use that method, the first time you do it, you're going to use that method of multiplying, whatever was in front of this y times the top equation, whatever was in front of this y times the bottom equation. When you're doing it that way, eventually you will know what to multiply by. So, some things are multiple of each other. So let's say we had a 6 on top and a 48 at the bottom. You could just multiply the top one by 8 and multiply this by 1. But if you try to multiply 1 by 6 and 1 by 48, you're going to get big numbers. But eventually you will, trust me, you will know, you will recognize, you will say, okay, if I multiply this by a multiple of that number, they're going to cancel out. So in this case, we'll do it this way. So 3x minus 20x is minus 17x. I hope I'm doing this the right way. So this is gone. And then minus 35 plus 1 is minus 34, negative 34. You divide both sides by negative 17. Then you're left with x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Sometimes it don't work out that clean, but I picked the numbers, so it works out this way. So you're left with x is equal to 2. Now, this is the hard way to solve for x after you find y. The easiest way to solve for x after you find y is, and let me know if you guys understand. Please let me know if you understand. Say yes, I understand. If you don't, say no, and I'll try I'll try to explain this for you. So, y is equal to 1. So 1 here, we're gonna go inside of any of these two equations and replace y by 1. Go inside of this one, you replace y by 1. We'll go inside by that one, you get to replace y by 1. So what you do is, saying is 3x minus 5, 1 is equal to 1, right? I just replace y by 1. 3x Negative 1 times 5 is minus 5. That is equal to 1. I add 5 to both sides. 3x minus 5 is equal to 1. Add 5 to both sides. 3x, that's 5 is gone, is equal to 6. X is equal to 2, which is the same thing that we found here. So whichever way you think is faster, you can do it that way. And that's it. All right, that's it. So, any questions? Let me see if you guys have any questions. This way just confused me. Which way confused you? Hi, 39. Is this the second way that confused you? Oh, is it the first one? Yes, I understand. Okay, so I guess you understand the first one. The second way confused you, I guess. Okay, tell me which way confused you. Which way confused you, I-39? Which way confused you? Any questions, you guys on YouTube? Hey, what's up? Any questions? Cool. All right. So let me see if you understand I-39. Natty J, what's going on? All right, so hey, what's up? The second way, okay. All right, so I'm gonna try to explain again I-39 so you can understand what I'm saying. So what I'm doing here is what I'm doing here, what I'm doing is whatever I had here, what was it? So x was equal to what? I mean, we had y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1. So let me erase everything else. Don't worry about everything else. Y is equal to 1. Let me give you the first equation that we had. So you got to go with the equation that you started with. You know, -7. Okay, so these are the two equations. So we had y is equal to 1. That's what we found. So what I would do here is go in here and replace y by 1. So we know y is equal to 1. So I can have here minus 4. Y is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to -7. That makes sense? And then you subtract 1 from both sides. Minus 4x. This is gone. That's equal to -8. Right? And then you divide both sides by -4. X is equal to 2. Cool? That makes sense? And that's it. That's how you do this one. Cool. And the same way you can do it here. 3x minus 5, you replace the y by 1, is equal to 1, right? 3x minus 5 is equal to 1. You add 5 to both sides. So what you have here is 3x, 5 plus 1 is equal to 6, x is equal to 2. Same thing. Cool? Nice. All right. Let's see. All right, let's see. Question? The YouTube is the same name as the I'll put it in here for you. It's the same name as the TikTok name. You just look for that. All right, cool. So yes, of course, came on the dash, no problem. What else you guys have? Okay. Okay. So, any other questions for me? I know some of you guys were asking about decimals, and if you still have those same questions, let me see. I'm gonna go back up. If you still have the question, let me know. I don't see anything here. No problem. I'm glad you got it. So that's it. That's all the questions. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Nope. I don't see any questions. All right, cool. So, yeah, I don't see anything else. Kate1039, you're welcome. And yeah, that's about it. Do you guys have any other questions that you want me to answer? Nope. No problem. I-39. The measure of an arc of a circle. Okay. I'll show you a quick, easy stuff that you can do. Let's see. We treat 3954. We theory 39. 3354. All right, let's see something easy you can do. So, thank you. I appreciate you, Ryan. So let me show you. Let me show you some stuff you can do about the measure of an arc. So let's say you have, and I'll show you this very quickly too. And this is probably the last stuff that we're going to do. So the measure of an arc of a circle. So let's say you have a circle. So let's say you have a circle. Oh, this marker is gone. So you have a circle this way. Man, I gotta find a better marker for you. Whoever asked the question. Nope, this ain't working either. All right, cool. I found one. So let's say you have a circle this way. All right. So this is a circle, and you have, you know, the radius of the circle. So let's say you know the radius is, let's say it's 5, for example. And you also have an arc. I don't normally try to memorize this. I mean, there's formulas that you can find out there, but I'll show you an easy way to do it. Let's say you know the arc, the arc at the measure of the angle that subtends the arc is, this is probably 80 degrees, right? Let's do it 90, for example. Let's say this is 90. And you could do it for any angles. I just want to make the numbers look nice. And you know this is 90. And you know the radius of the circle, R, is 5. So you want to know, let's say you want to know what the measure of the arc length is. So this arc right here. And you want to know the measure of this arc length. So the way you do this is, whenever you have like things that are related to geometry, a lot of times it's easy to try to relate whatever is going on to the whole picture. So for example, sometimes they might give you like a square. They tell you, hey, what's the area of this part of the square? You know, if you don't know what's going on, you know, you can try to relate it to the whole thing and see exactly what you're looking for. So in here, let's say I have the arc and I know the radius, and I just want to know, hey, what's the length of this arc? So I know for a circle, what's the length of the arc of a circle, the whole thing, the circumference of the circle. So remember, this is the whole thing has a length. You know, what's the length of that circumference? How do you find the circumference of a circle? It's 2 pi r, right? Make sense? Two pi r, that's the length of the circle. So that's for the whole circle, right? Now, what is the measure of the angle, if you want to say, the measure of the whole angle all around the circle? So when you have a circle, what's the measure of this angle all the way around the circle? So if I go in one circle once, what's the measure of that angle? That angle is 360 degrees, right? And anything that they give you now, you can find. If they give you an arc that's 90 degrees, you just cross multiply. Say this is x, corresponds to x, you cross multiply. You multiply the 2 pi r times the 90, and then you divide by 360. They give you another one that's like this, 10 degrees. You cross multiply. You multiply the 10 by the 2 pi r, you divide by the 360. So in this case, we have 90. We know r is 5. 2 times pi, we know what pi is, 3.14 times 5. Multiply by 90, divided by 360, right? So 10 pi, what is that? 10 pi times 90, 900 pi divided by 360. You know pi is 3.14, so you'll find this number. You'll find what this is. And that's easy. So what you do is you say 2 pi r corresponds to 360 degrees. And if they give you this angle in radian too, you're going to say 2 pi r corresponds to, if they give you this in radian, you know, if they give you this in the radian, you can convert it in degrees. So 2 pi r corresponds to 90 degrees, and 90, whatever this angle they give you, corresponds to x. And whatever x here is going to be the arc length of this area, this only thing. So think about everything is 360 degrees. So when you go all the way around the circle, that's 360 degrees. That's also 2 pi radian, which 2 pi r, which is called the circumference of the circle. The circumference is nothing but the length all around the circle. So if you have a square, that the perimeter circumference, you could say, is you measure this length, you measure this length, you measure this length, you measure this length, you add them up. And in the case of a circle, you cannot literally take the measure of each one of them. I mean, you can use calculus to try to take very, very little bit small measure of each one of them and find a way to find it, but not. But in this case, what you want to do is saying, hey, I know 2 pi r corresponds to 360 degrees. So that means the area, the circumference of the whole circle, corresponds to 360 degrees. 90 degrees corresponds to what? So 90 times 2 pi r divided by 360. And that's it. And whatever you find here is going to be the length of this arc. And if they give you an arc of 20, 2 pi r corresponds to 360 degrees, 20 degrees. If they give you an angle of 30 degrees, that's subtend the arc. 20 degrees corresponds to an arc length of y. So what I'm saying here is 360 degrees corresponds to arc length of 2 pi r. 90 degrees going to correspond to arc length of this. Does that make sense? Let me see if that makes sense. We got 94.2. I didn't put that in the calculator, but I'm assuming that's right. Katrina, Grafrida, thank you. Yes, I'm doing this. I'm doing this every Tuesday. Who asked? Maddie. Maddie had THM. I'm doing this every Tuesday. All right. Anything else, guys? I mean, does that make sense? I don't even see who the person who asked the question, I'll be honest. Thank you, Katrina. We WITIRE 3354. Does that make sense? So the way you get 900 is because you multiply the 5 by the 9 and by pi. And the 900, the pi is 900 pi, not 900 by itself. The pi is right here. So 5 times. I mean, I didn't put those in the calculator, but easier way to do it is and put them in the calculator. 900 pi. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 90 is 900. And then the pi is here. You stick the pi here. So 900 pi divided by 360. So it's I just chose the number to work out nicely. So when you put this in the calculator, you got 900 pi over 360. That's interesting. 900 times 3.14 over 360. Oh shoot. It's 7.85. That's what we got. Which is a quarter of a circle, by the way. Because 90 degrees is a quarter of a circle. So, which is the quarter of the length of the circle times 4. 2 times, yeah, so if you multiply this by 4, it will give you the length of the whole circle. Um, that's just because I chose 90 to make it work out nice. Let's see. Don't worry about them, Chicken Little. It's all right. All right. Yeah. I start doing Tuesdays now. I may have other stuff coming up. We'll see. But I've been doing this on Tuesday for a while now, and if you tune in around, I would say, I would say 10 o'clock. 10 between 9:30 and 10:30. I'm usually live, and I don't normally, uh, I don't normally I don't normally try to go on a certain time because I really I would probably I eventually what I'll do, I'll have a set time, and with possibly having also a Zoom call, but we'll see. From Russia, what's going on? I hope I hope this it's not too late for you guys. I don't even know what time it is in Russia right now. What's going on, Saya Kostava? What's going on? Yes, I'm a tutor as well. I am a tutor as well. MJ777. I am a tutor. Uh, yes, I am a tutor as well. Uh, yeah, I don't just do this for fun. I do it. I actually do that. It's actually 6 a.m. Wow, how do you how you up so early? That's cool. I'm glad that you're able to come in. But I know it was probably what we started like an hour ago or something. It was probably like 5 a.m. for you when you started. That's crazy. It's 11 p.m. Pank Rose 15. Yeah, 11 p.m. for you. You're probably on East Coast. Oh, work. Cool, cool, nice. Well, hopefully the things that I said here, Sanya Kostova, make sense to you. And if you guys have any other questions, you can also text me at 904-299-8417. So that's the number that I normally use to when you have when you have something that you're working on and you want me to look at something when the next time we go live, I'll look at it if you send it to that number. And normally I send you guys a text too from Hawaii. What's going on? What's up? Yeah, that's kind of far away. Rovvii. Yeah, you really, really far from me. Um, Hawaii. That's what's up. Let me see. Any other questions? Thank you, Sonia Nunez. Uh, yeah, I have not been to Hawaii actually. Rovvii. Yeah, it's every Tuesday. It's every Tuesday. Did that make sense to you? The length of the arc make sense to you? Oh wow. You can find it. Normally, you'll be able to find that on YouTube because it's recorded on YouTube. TikTok don't do that, but normally you'll be able to find it on YouTube. I'm sorry to hear that your phone was dead. I was looking for you too. Uh, I won't give you the answers, but we can work on it here. It's not like that. I don't want you guys to not do the work. Um, you can just stop by. It's not you can just send it. It's not you send it, I do the work and then send it back. It wouldn't work that way. Otherwise, I wouldn't know math myself, if I had somebody to send my work to and then they do it for me, if that makes any sense at all. So the reason why you know it is just because you try to do it. If you send me a worksheet that has like 20 questions and they all look the same, we might work on one or two of them, but my hope is to explain it to you in a way that when you look at the next ones, you say, okay, this is what I got from what he was saying, and I can do it myself. And that's the whole point. Because eventually, when you get taking the test, I won't be there to help you, most likely. Or I will not most likely, I will not be there to help you. So it's easier if you can do it yourself. All the questions? Yeah, I have New York time. I have New York time. So normally when I post the the whatever I post about the live, I say it's New York time. So I have New York time. Chicken Little, I'll be going live next Tuesday. So it's between 9:30 and 10:30, depending on how the days goes. It could be 9:30 or 10:30. So, but eventually when school starts, I'm probably gonna start. I will definitely start doing those earlier, and I will also have like a Zoom call probably for for people to be able to see the screen, and the lightning. Like I said when I started here, the lightning will be better. It'll be a lot better when we do this next time. All right, I think that's about it, guys. And thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for all the comments, all the crazy comments, the good ones, the bad ones. I appreciate you guys coming by and hang out with me. And I'll see y'all next time, and everyone on YouTube too. Thank y'all for stopping by. And yeah, and that's it. That was pretty good. Thank you.